Welcome to the NTN Nightly. I'm Lucia Charles. This edition's top stories. Government to strengthen the island's capacity for investigation and prosecution as part of its citizen safety plan. Medical assistance to the general public will see an increase for 2019-2020. The Youth Awards to spotlight St. Lucia's best. All that plus the latest in youth development, sports, and the NTN Nouvelle en Créole. Citizen safety remains an area of urgency for the government of St. Lucia. This is evident in government's medium-term development plan for 2019 to 2022. In there is the strategy to strengthen capacity for investigation and prosecution. Prime Minister the Honorable Alan Chastanet says these areas are an integral part of plans to reduce serious crime by 45%. Reducing repeat offending by 30% is another aim. Prime Minister Chastanet revealed in his budget presentation that the forensic lab is already working through the backlog of cases needed to provide evidence in pending criminal cases. Similarly, the reopening of the Naira Criminal Court has resulted in 25% of all cases being cleared, with a target of 70% of backlog cases being cleared by year-end. Rehabilitation also forms part of this strategy.
Rehabilitation will be a key component in crime reduction aimed at preventing reoffending upon discharge. Inmates at the Border Lake Correctional Facility and juveniles at the Boys Training Center will be offered enhanced life skills, literacy and numeracy schooling, substance abuse counseling, and CVQ certification programs to give offenders the skills to re-enter society with better options for employment, thereby reducing the lure of criminal activity. In addition, Mr. Speaker, the introduction of a parole system early in this financial year is intended to support discharged inmates in transitioning back into the community to give them a better chance at completing their rehabilitation.
In addition to improvements to the court infrastructure, government has further strengthened the human resource of the offices of the Director of Public Prosecution and the Attorney General's chambers.
An additional Crown Counsel, as well as a process server, has been added to the DPP's office. Also, additional legislative drafters have been added to the legislative drafting unit, and this unit is now fully staffed. A full component of legislative drafters will ensure our legislation is drafted within reasonable time, thereby bolstering our implementation efforts. Also, the Advice and the Litigation Unit has received an additional litigator, which will also strengthen our implementation and execution efforts.
Crime prevention and detection will benefit from a stronger police presence in hotspot areas. Prime Minister Chastanet informed that there will be an increased foot and mobile patrol on the front line where they are needed most. The surveillance capability of law enforcement has been enhanced by a $5.8 million Safe City CCTV project in Castries, of which $1.8 million has been allocated for 2019-2020. In addition, greater focus, Honorable Chastanet said, will be placed on community policing to strengthen community involvement in fighting crime. Government's contribution to various statutory entities and medical assistance to the general public will see an increase for 2019-2020. In presenting the estimates of revenue and expenditure to Parliament, the Prime Minister, the Honorable Alan Chastanet, reported that the projected outturn indicates that spending on this category will record an increase of $11.71 million relative to the approved estimates of $180.15 million for the current year.
The projected outturn is primarily influenced by the increased support provided to the number of statutory corporations, for example, the St. Lucia Fish Marketing Corporation, the St. Lucia Marketing Board, the Sir Arthur Lewis Community College, the St. Jude Hospital, and Castries City Council. Medical assistance increased significantly from an approved budget of approximately $800,000 to well over $5 million, which provides clear evidence that a distress fund, while not as a line item in our budget, has continued to work to the benefit of the people of this country.
Public assistance and subsidiaries to vulnerable groups, including disability grants and child protection, are expected to remain broadly in line with the 2018-2019 approved estimates of $8,202,876. Youth of the Monchy community continue to be engaged in positive activity via the Community Afterschool Program. Chevron Marius has more on the 2019 component.
As part of the closing celebratory event of the Community Afterschool Program, the Ministry of Equity, Social Justice, Local Government and Empowerment hosted an awards ceremony to honor students, parents and facilitators who helped make the program a success. The Monchy program was implemented in 2010 and runs from September to March. Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Equity, Social Justice, Local Government and Empowerment, Ms. Velda Joseph, expressed gratitude to the facilitators and parents who came forward to complement government's initiative.
I want to thank all of the facilitators, those who were there at the beginning, those who are still here right now. It is not a high-paying activity. We know that, we just barely saying thank you to you. And so we want to thank you for your commitment to the program. We want to thank you for the contributions that you make to the program. It is a really huge contribution, and I want all of us here to applaud you for that, because you are really making a sacrifice to change the lives of persons in your community.
The Permanent Secretary further emphasized the need for parents of enrolled students to become more involved in the Community Afterschool Program.
To the parents, I want to tell you to keep on supporting the program in whatever way you can. Give us the information that we require, because I do know that we're not just looking at how the behavior is within the center, but we also do want feedback as to what is happening in the home. Are you seeing any differences in the child's performance?
Deputy Director in the Community Services Department, Mr. Jim Xavier, echoed similar sentiments.
I also want to inform you that in the successful programs worldwide and around the region where after schools are done, the successful programs are the ones where the parents are very much integrally involved in what is happening. I think there are some unique facilitators that we are seeing in the Monchy After School Program that is causing it to be outstanding and different from the other after school programs.
Studies consistently show that students who participate in a service learning program have improved academic performance and develop positive behaviors in school.
I just want to say, if it wasn't for the program, I think I would be in a cell or something, or being judged or something, because that's what I was starting to do already. I really supposed to get to, and I started doing these things until the program came. So, yes.
This program has taken me to places I could only dream of. The after-school program has changed me in ways I cannot imagine. I have learned to be a better individual and a more positive young man.
The Community After-School Program was implemented in 2009 in the communities of Lamaz, Fawasho and Monrepo. Reporting from the Ministry of Equity, Social Justice, Local Government and Empowerment, I am Chevron Marius.
And this is the NTN Nightly. Ryan O'Brien is up next. Welcome back. We join Ryan O'Brien for the latest happenings in youth development and sports.
Hello everyone. and welcome to your update on happenings in youth development and sports on the NTN Nightly News. I'm Ryan O'Brien. The prestigious night for the nation's youth is fast approaching as the Ministry of Youth Development and Sports hosts Youth Awards on Saturday, April 27th, 2019 at the Financial Administrative Center, Point Seraphin. The ministry held a press briefing Wednesday morning to announce categories under which young persons will be recognized for their achievements during 2018.
We have approximately 17 categories this year, ranging from entrepreneurship, innovation and technology, young people in community work, young people in social development. We also recognize district youth and sports councils, students' councils, outstanding student leaders. We recognize faith-based groups and individuals. We also look at young people who have living with a physical disability. So we try to be broad in all the categories that we have, so that we do not leave any young person behind in terms of their disability, or whether they're at school or whether they are serving in a youth and sports organization.
Director of Youth Mary Wilfred also announced the names of outstanding youth who have been shortlisted for the Youth of the Year Awards.
In terms of our nominations, our highest number of nominees were from the performing arts. We have at least 9 nominees in that category. For our second highest nomination, we did receive that from community organizations doing community work. And then we also had many nominations coming from social development, young people in social development.
Ms. Wilfred noted that the highest number of nominations came from youth in performing arts, followed by youth related to community organizations, and also from social development. District Education Officer for District 6, Stephen Ogis, has lauded the initiative to continue the Physical Education and Sports Conference in St. Lucia and highlighted the important role physical education plays in the holistic development of the society. Mr. Ogis made the remarks while addressing the recent Physical Education and Sports Conference held at the Beanfield Comprehensive Secondary School.
The Ministry of Education has endorsed the notion that physical education and sports are integral components of the total education process. Physical education is essential in a comprehensive, well-balanced curriculum and can be a major contributing factor in the development of an individual and in all aspects of that individual's life. It is widely accepted that physical education helps in the development of physical, mental, emotional health, as well as physical fitness. No one can dispute the significance of games and sports in the development of our social skills, which aid in making a well-adjusted and useful member of society.
Mr. Ogis also stressed that physical education and sports help provide important social skills which are vital to nation building.
Physical education is part of our primary and secondary school curriculum, and I dare say, teachers, you have done well. At the secondary school level, students have the opportunity to write PE at the CSEC level. According to the Department of Education Statistical Digest, the pass rate for physical education and sports for the period 2003 to 2017, those results have been very consistent and excellent, ranging from 94% to 100%.
Ogis went on to commend physical education teachers for their efforts in ensuring such a high success rate in the subject area. Minister responsible for youth development and sports, the Honorable Edmund Estefan, says government will employ policies and resources to facilitate the youth in the social and economic development of the country. Minister Estefan made the remarks during his contribution to the debate on the Appropriations Bill 2019-2020.
In order to achieve this goal and to engender sustainable growth of the economy of our young people, we have to be strategically positioned and prepared to play our role in building that resilience and making the country more competitive in the global marketplace.
Minister Estefan concluded that these interventions will help build resilience among the nation's youth. And that's your segment on youth development and sports today. I'm Ryan O'Brien.
Thanks, Ryan. The generosity and thoughtfulness of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints is expected to assist with the service provided to patients at the Victoria Hospital. More in this report from Miguel Morissette.
On behalf of the management and staff of Victoria Hospital, I extend sincere thanks and appreciation to the Church of Jesus Christ of the Latter-day Saints.
The Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints recently made a donation of medical equipment and supplies to the Victoria Hospital. The medical equipment is expected to assist physicians in taking better care of their patients. Representative of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, Elder Michael Filden, says his organization remains committed to its humanitarian efforts and expressed hope that the medical supplies and equipment will be a blessing to the patients.
The humanitarian arm of the church, we're encouraged to donate. Our little grandchildren can donate $1. Both members and non-members have contributed to the fund because 100% of the fund is used for donations, for assistance. So we like to partner with good folks like Victoria Hospital because we like to give back for the service that you render here in the community, and so we're very thankful for that.
Executive Director of the Victoria Hospital, Brenda Calix, expressed appreciation to the church for the generous contribution, which will play an integral part in providing care to St. Lucians.
This is not the first time we have received donations from the Church of Latter-day Saints, and we are always very grateful for their consideration of us at Victoria Hospital. We have today received a few small equipment and some supplies, which will enhance the capacity of the staff and as well as assist in making the lives of the patients in our care more comfortable.
The donation of medical supplies and equipment included manual and motorized trolleys, vital sign monitors, patient monitor, ECG machines, bed sheets, and waiting chairs. From the Communications Unit in the Ministry of Health and Wellness, Miguel Morissette reporting.
And stay with the NTN Nightly. Up next, Primus Hutchinson is here with the NTN Nouvelle en Creole.
Imagine being away from home, surrounded by danger and hostility, unable to escape or speak the language, and being exploited. It might sound like fiction, but for 40 million victims of human trafficking worldwide, it is a reality. Innocent people enticed by the promise of a new life, then enslaved into forced labor or sex trafficking. Human trafficking happens in plain sight. Know the signs. See it. Report it. To report suspected cases of human trafficking, call the TIP hotline at 847.
Welcome back. We join Primus Hutchinson for the NTN Nouvelle en Creole.
Monsieur, Madame, département qui est responsabilité pour information gouvernement cette ici, ça c'est GIS, Assemblée Télévision Nationale, puis NTN. Compositeur Nouvelle en Creole, compositeur Primus Hutchinson. En continuation ou rapport à ce budget Premier ministre honorable Alan Chasney, nous tournons attention aujourd'hui à ce sport. Premier ministre Chasney a annoncé que le gouvernement a dépensé $20.6 millions à se faciliter un programme sportif au Lyon cette ici de l'année financière là. Selon un Europe Chasne, ces facilités ça là, qui fait assurer que ces jeunes pays a 3 vitesses et déploiement en direction des activités sportives et l'autre activité qui apporte bonne santé. Alors, un assessment Premier ministre là, il pas jamais trop pour répéter qu'il est toujours primaire pour jeunesse pays à accumuler un club parce qu'il y a suivre vieille compagnie. Premier ministre Chasne a annoncé que le gouvernement a identifié 4 facilités sport qui ont développées. Premier, c'est le stadium là à Soufouye. Il y a une facilité sport de nuit, il y a une façade nord Miko et une facilité de commune pour façade sud Miko. À part de ça, il y a l'école des excellences à Gozile qui est venue en opération tout de suite. Côté un programme qui est déjà en place pour les étudiants en 3e forme pour embrasser études de sport. Le Premier ministre Chasne a expliqué aussi le programme sport qui a apporté des façades. En façade sociale, et qui a engagé jeunesse pour participer dans activités qui a engendré bonne santé et qui a découragé pour jeunesse d'arriver à la rue comme qui a fait présentement. Et deuxièmement, en façon de développement qui a porté étonnement qui a encouragé pour suivre le chemin de l'université et bâtir l'état professionnel dans l'activité sportive. En parlant du programme pour jeunesse, le Premier ministre Chasne a annoncé un plan pour développer et avancer l'industrie musicale plus devant qu'il y a à présent. Le Premier ministre a parlé des artistes qui ont fait bon progrès, par exemple Tedderson John, Ricky T, et plusieurs les autres. Parmi eux, c'est artistes des derniers segments. Pour raison ça, le Premier ministre a déclaré qu'il était prêt pour annoncer un plan pour construire un studio pour musiciens enregistrer musique en commune d'Henry et aussi un plan qui a bien avancé pour établir un autre studio au monde. Le gouvernement a considéré primaire protection pour les citoyens contre le crime. Ça, c'est un plan de développement pour l'année financière. Là. Ça a été fait à façon pour payer renforcer la capacité pour conduire meilleure investigation et prosecution en effort pour abattre le crime. Le plan, c'est pour réduire à ce crime qui s'est par 45% par l'année 2022 et aussi pour réduire à ce crime qui est mal foutu qui a répété par 30%, même l'année ça là. En délivrance adresse budget, le Premier ministre honorable Alain Chasne a annoncé que le laboratoire forensique là, a adressé tous ces cas qui étaient là pour plusieurs années. Il a aussi montré que l'audience qui est responsable pour adresser ces gros crimes là, ça c'est d'ailleurs j'ai une cause pour finir 25% en ces cas qui étaient devant eux et l'année plan pour finir et puis tout cas bon finissement l'année ça là ça c'est 70% en ces cas qui étaient restés. Le ministre a avoué que prison c'est pas seule solution pour abattre le crime en cette liste. Il dit que réhabilitation qui joue un rôle qui est très important pour décourager les gens qui étaient coupables pour divers crimes et qui initiative ça là qui travaille bien pour prisonniers à Bordelais et que ces jeunes garçons pour jeunes garçons en ambassade. Ces garçons ça là qui ont trouvé étonnement en divers disciples et qu'après ils ont trouvé certificat qui a fait possible pour vivre en société. À part de ça, le gouvernement a renforcé l'opération bureau directeur qui est responsable pour plaider cas des affaires publiques et aussi avocat qui est responsable pour adresser toute affaire des gouvernements. L'autre lame charitable, j'ai un secours pour l'hôpital Victoria. Comme ça là, c'est l'église Latter des Saints qui a assisté à l'hôpital là et puis équipement médical et l'autre nécessité pour service à l'hôpital ça là. Cet équipement qui a facilité les médecins et l'autre docteur pour porter première assistance pour les gens qui sont malades. Chef à l'église ça là, ça c'est Michael Felden, il marqué que l'organisation ni commitment pour aider en situation comme ça. Et qui c'est que Masala a une bénédiction pour ces gens malades là. Et déclaré que tous ces membres de l'église là qui ont assisté pour aider et aussi les gens qui pas membres qui ont assisté. Chef là, ça c'est chef de l'église là qui a déclaré que yo content pour aider l'hôpital Victoria et que quand il forme un gymnase et puis l'hôpital là comme yo ni un commitment pour faire service pour institutions qui n'est besoin et aussi comme commune pays aussi. Directeur exécutif pour l'hôpital Victoria, Brenda Calix, dit qu'il y apprécié très fort assistance d'église là comme c'est pas la première fois l'hôpital Victoria a reçu assistance de l'église Latter-day Saints. Calixte ajouté que cet équipement ça là a aidé l'hôpital là autant et que c'est moun malade là qui a reçu traitement. L'hôpital là reçu trolley, doit pour placer les couches, divers équipements pour servir à ce monde qui est malade, et chaises. Et c'est comme ça que nous avons toute nouvelle là. Je vais remercier autant pour regarder, nous avons une invitation pour changer puis moi considérer conserver la vie, les gars pour cette l'autre nouvelle créole. Après ça, nous avons vu pour Nisha.
Merci au Pearl Primus. And here's a look at what's happening to us weather-wise.
Skies are partly cloudy, becoming cloudy at times with widely scattered showers. Weak unstable conditions in the lower atmosphere over the southern eastern Caribbean region will result in some scattered showers over that area during the next 24 hours. The Atlantic high pressure system will maintain a light to moderate easterly wind flow across the eastern Caribbean region for the next few days. The tide for Castries Harbour was low at 1:51 p.m. and will be high again at 8:20 p.m. The tide for Vieux-Fort Bay was low at 3:18 p.m. and will be high again at 9:35 p.m. Seas moderate with waves and swells 4 to 6 feet or 1.2 to 1.8 meters. The sun will rise Thursday at 5:45 a.m.
And that brings us to the end of the NTN Nightly. Join us next time at 7 p.m. with a repeat at 7 a.m. You can also catch up with us anytime on the St. Lucia Government Facebook page or YouTube channel. I'm Nisha Charles.